Hey, good morning. I guess it's afternoon now, isn't it? Probably. Yes, it's afternoon. It's almost 1. Morning's kind of flying by. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. As you can see, I'm here by myself. Mike is at the school today as the school resource officer in Oilton. So he's going to be doing that on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays until the end of school. So be in prayer for that and be in prayer for him as that's a new ministry, basically, a way to get to know the youth and way to get to, make a difference in their lives some. Yesterday we talked about Psalms 37 and Mike stopped it at verse 4 where it says, "Take delight in the Lord and he will give you your heart's desires." Does that mean that he's going to give us everything that we want? Probably not. He's going to give us what we need, what he knows we need, not what we want. Sometimes we get our wants and needs mixed up. I know I'm guilty of that often, and I just think I need this, and then, a lot of times when we get what we think we need, it's really just what we wanted, and then we really didn't need it after all, and we're like, why did we think we needed that? But so when we take delight in the Lord, when we concentrate on him, when we focus on him and focus on his needs for us and wants for us, then we will know that that is from him. And verse 5, "Commit everything you do to the Lord, trust him, and he will help you. He will make your innocence as clear as the dawn, and the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun." I'm having a hard time talking this afternoon. "Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes." Sometimes it's hard for us to be still. Sometimes when we think or we perceive, because sometimes our perception is our perception and it's not the truth. But I know perception is my truth. My perception is my truth. Just because somebody else perceives something differently doesn't make it true, doesn't make it right. We all look at things differently, and we all look at things in a skewed way sometimes, in a way that we want things to be for us and not against us or whatever. But commit everything that you do unto the Lord. Getting up every day and making that commitment that today I'm going to walk in you, Lord. Today I'm going to represent you. Today I'm going to do everything that I can do for you. Do we do that perfectly? Absolutely, positively not. Because we are in a noisy world. We are in a very, very noisy world. And that's what we have talked about in our Bible study, is our women's Bible study as well. There are so many things coming up against us. There's so many voices in our head. Are we being a good mom? Are we being a good wife? Are we being a good teacher? Are we being a good employee? Are we being, and women and men do too. And I'm not trying to slight men, but women wear a lot of hats. Are we being a good housekeeper? Are we getting our laundry done? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Are we blah, blah, blah. The world is so noisy that sometimes it's so hard to be still. To be still and just hear from the voice of the Lord. It's very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult. But we've got to be still in him so we can hear from him. But we also need to trust him, even in the noise. We need to trust that he has what is best for us. We, as young parents, we were so busy with our kids. We were, doing ball games and this and that and this and that, and trying to make sure that we raised great kids, and we raised respectful kids. I was blessed. I had good grandparents for my kids. They were active in their life and they helped them. And some people don't have that. Some people are all alone in the noise in their life. And sometimes when that noise gets overwhelming, they don't know what to do. And that's when you close yourself in your closet. And I know if you have toddlers, it's hard to close yourself in your closet because they're going to bang on the door. But if you can close yourself in a closet for even just 2 minutes, just to say, Lord, help me, and let him refocus you, let him recenter you, let him get a hold of you and know that he has you. I did a post on Facebook a little bit earlier about getting lost. We get lost in our emotions. We get lost in our frustration. We get lost in our anger. We get lost in our bitterness. We get lost in just so many things. We get lost because we're doing going and doing all of the time, and all of the voices are coming up against us. But the voice that should be the loudest is the voice of the Lord. And unfortunately, a lot of times the voice that is the loudest is the voice of the enemy. And that's his hope, is that he can stay in your head and he can stay in your ear, and he can keep you doubting what God has told you, what God is doing for you, what God has shown you, what God has promised you, because he has promised you many things. But there are buts in the Bibles, and we have to meet that condition to get that promise. But the Lord is waiting for a blessing. I just watched Transformation Church, one of his, just a snippet of a sermon of his, that we hold on to all of the hurt. We just hold it, and we hold it, and we hold it tight, tight, tight. Well, when the Lord is giving us blessings, we don't have anywhere to take it, because we've got a hold of this hurt so tight. We need to lay that hurt down, and we need to let it go, so we can then receive with open arms the blessing that the Lord has for us. We just need to understand that he will give us the desires, give us our heart's desires. Sometimes we don't know what those are, and there have been many days that I have prayed, Lord, I don't know how to pray. I don't know how to pray. Please just hear my heart. And that is what he will do. He will hear what your heart is saying to his, and he will speak directly back to your heart. And you just need to trust him in these times. Trust him in this busyness. Trust him in all of the noise. Just take that just a few minutes a day if you can, even if it's closing yourself in a closet, in a bathroom, whatever you have to do. Go sit in the car while your kids are asleep in the car, whatever you have to do. Just take those few minutes for yourself. And understand that God wants to commune with you on a daily basis. He wants to hear from you. He wants to let you rest in him. You know, he calls us, come to me all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. He's the only one can give us rest in this busyness and rest in this noisy, noisy world that we live in. So commit everything that you do to the Lord. Trust him, and he will help you. Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for him to patiently for him to act. That's the hard part for a lot of us. We don't have the patience that we need to let the Lord act. We want to go about and do it ourselves, and that's where we get in trouble. We get in trouble when we don't wait for the Lord. So today I just encourage you to be patient, to hear from him, and to know that he's right there waiting for you. He's waiting for you to say, Lord, I can't do this. I can't do this on my own. I need you. And you may have to do that multiple times a day before you get it through your thick skull that you can't do this without him. And sometimes when we're talking to the Lord, when we speak it out loud, we actually hear what we're saying, and then it starts sinking into our soul. Because hearing the word sometimes is exactly what we need. And a lot of times when I'm really struggling, I read it out loud. I read out loud what I'm reading. I read out loud what I'm looking up. I read it out loud, because when I'm reading it out loud, I'm hearing it. So that helps me to get it, helps it to sink into my thick skull, because we do have thick skulls. We think that we can handle everything ourselves, and we need to just allow the Lord to give us the desires of our heart's desires. We need to be still. We need to wait for him. We need to patiently wait for him to act. So today I pray that you will just go and get a little bit of quiet time with the Lord and let him speak to your heart. Let him take out anything that is not of him. Search me and try me, O Lord, and take away any evil or wicked way in me. That's what we need to do. That's a hard prayer to pray sometimes, but that's what we need to do. When you are hell-bent on hurting someone else, something in you needs to change probably. We unintentionally hurt people a lot. I've seen it, a lot of times we unintentionally do it. They take what we said wrong, or they take our action wrong, or whatever. And again, I'm going to say action speaks so much louder than words. Let your action speak boldly of Jesus today. I pray that you all have a great day. Tomorrow morning at 10:30, we're going to have women's meeting here. I had to get my Bible out because I have my Bible colored and notes in my Bible, so I got my Bible out. But tomorrow morning, first day of March, I can't believe we're already on the last day of February, and we're 2 months already into a new year, and man, time is just flying so fast. But tomorrow morning, 10:30, we're going to have women's meeting, and then tomorrow night, the youth will be in here at 6 and 7. I had to think about it. The littles will be here at 6, and the bigs will be here at 7. If you want to come out and volunteer to help, we could use the help. We can always use a van driver or a van rider or whatever. We like to have 2 people on the van just to be safe. It's just safer to have 2 people on the bus with the kids. So tomorrow, just if you want to be here at 6 or 7. If you want to do bigs or littles, it's up to you. We do have a new software that James Varnell has worked very diligently and got input all of our kids that we've gotten forms back from. And if your child is coming, I have sent home forms to them. If you've not returned that, we do need that back. We will not be allowing them to come if we do not have a form on file for them. Now, if it's their first time, naturally they get to stay. But if we've given them a form and they've not returned it, we will have to take them back home or back to where we picked them up, because we've got to have those forms on file that give us permission to have your child here, feed your child, teach your child, all of that. We've got to have those permission forms. So if your child has been coming and you haven't filled out a form yet, please let me know and I will get you one. You can call the church office at 918-399-5956. If you have anybody that has a need for food, please let us know or have them call us at 918-399-5956. We do have food available if somebody needs it. They can come out, make an appointment. And we just don't have it open all day, every day, but we are here, or I am here every day, so I can help accommodate that. But I do need somebody to let me know that they're coming out. So I hope that you guys have a great day. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Yesterday was a gorgeous day here in Oklahoma. The night before, it seemed like it was trying to destroy our state, but then yesterday was a beautiful day. And today is also a beautiful sunshiny day. So go out, enjoy the sunshine, just sit in the sun and allow the sun to speak to you. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow.